When you live a disconnected life, nothing is easy. I mean, not that anything is truly easy if you live in the busy modern world, but everything takes a little longer. You have to work a little harder. You don't have an abundance of anything except freedom, nature, space, peace, tranquility, happiness. Tranquility is fleeting depending on what predators are lurking nearby. So what you just saw me do was clean my dinner dish from earlier, or not earlier, last night, because it's morning. I'm about to show you something else. So I just cleaned this guy with my pre-soaked alcohol and white vinegar paper towels. They are pop-ups. Now, how you say are you conserving if you're using a paper product? I use Only Bounty. They have an amazing sustainability program. They replace the trees they use. And after I use these guys, they hang around until I can't use them anymore for some other sort of cleanup. And there's always some sort of cleanup. All right, so be right back. I'll show you breakfast. So I am in the mood for a cheesy omelet for breakfast. I don't eat breakfast during the week, only on the weekends. So here's the process. Need some boiling water. By the way, let me show you this really quickly. I'm not going to collapse it because it's full of boiling water, but this handle disconnects, folds down, this mashes down. For me in a motorhome, it's ideal. So I'm gonna put some hot water in here, and I just do it visually because I've done it so many times. And I'm going to add my powdered eggs. Gross, you say? It's actually not that bad. You just have to season them right. I'm gonna do one big scoop because I always end up, maybe two, 1.5. I always end up sharing my breakfast with the girls, so we'll do a good size omelet today. And I'm gonna go ahead and mix my cheese in with the egg powder because it's powder. And if I'm gonna break it down and not dissolve it, but mushify it. Yes, we're gonna mushify it. I don't know why I go southern when I say silly words. At least it's not Italian. That's my go-to accent. I'm not Italian. I don't know why. Spent a lot of time around Italians. Maybe that's it. I don't know. All right, so this little guy, in one of the videos I'm going to I'm going to show you one of my most invaluable tools that I have on board, which is a case that recharges small batteries. Okay, so this guy's invaluable because I use a lot of powdered goods. Do the water first, and then add the powder. And these are going to be a little runny still, because I'm adding more dry ingredients, so I want there to be a little more liquid to, I don't know why I can't speak today. I can write pretty good, but words out of my mouth, I don't know. I don't know. Constipation, verbal constipation, that's the word I was looking for. All right, so that's good and foamy. Now we're going to add, and you can add any vegetables that you have on hand that are dried. I'm just in the mood for some bell peppers and a little bit of onions. I'm not a huge fan of onion, but definitely need a little bit in the omelet. And I'm gonna come over here and get one of my favorite seasonings because I am such a bacon fan, but it's not sustainable and it's not I have a Grand Piggy. I can't. So I use the vegetable-based bacons when I do eat it. But this seasoning, oh my God, it's amazing in an omelet. It's in my bacon, cheesy bacon omelet. So this I'm gonna actually let sit for a little while. Let the foaminess calm down a little bit. And then I'll show you how I cook them. I don't always cook them the same way, but because I'm not in my permanent camp yet, I'm not able to use my camping stove, so I'll show you the electric way. And my favorite electronic cooking device that uses hardly any energy at all. Energize. See, I just on my mouth, it doesn't, I can't. I don't have the Okay, guys, you absolutely must order one of these on Amazon. They're like 20 bucks. This is a lunchbox, but it's a little mini crock pot, and I use the heck out of it to the point where I got a second one because I was afraid the other one was gonna die out here because I use it so frequently. So this little guy, metal dish, voila, et water, and we plug it in. And we plug it in. Go in the hole. Am I using the right cord? I'm sorry, it's been a while. All right, there we go. You either caught that or you didn't, so gotta pay attention. Okay, so are we on? We're on. Cover sheet up, and I'll give that 20-30 minutes. Yes, it takes longer to cook everything, this method, but it uses hardly any energy at all. So it is my preferred cooking method, besides my little camp stove. So there it is. Drum roll for the unveiling. While my eggs are cooking, feeding the girls, and I just wanted to show you what they eat. So before we came out here, part of the plan was to make sure that I had healthy food for my dogs. So this is beef, barley, brown rice. They're all a little different, but generally like carrots, pumpkin powder, peas, some corn, not much. I found out that dogs are not supposed to have corn, and luckily I think I only included it in 2 or 3 of them because one of the dogs likes corn, the other doesn't. The Wolfchild hates corn, she spits it out. So I think I only have 2 packages that have a little bit of corn in them. Well, sorry buddy, man, I almost ruined your day. Anyway, so using that little pot. Are you hungry? Are you ready to eat? Do you want to eat? I pre-cook this, and those packages last from anywhere from 3 to 5 days. I heat some water, mix it up because it obviously stays in the refrigerator for 3 days. And then it's time for num nums. It's the num nums. Big old chunks of beef in there. I do not eat meat very frequently for many reasons. Mostly because there's no way to safely store it in here other than to dehydrate it, and gross. So these guys, I do not make my dogs try to be vegetarian. That's a wolf. She will not eat veg. Will not any of any kind. Let's see what we got here. Don't expect it to look like your omelets. It will not. By the way, that's a boo-boo. And dirt, but mostly boo-boo. The dirt is kind of ground into my boo-boo on the side, so yeah, it won't come out. Don't judge me, I'm in the wilderness. Okay, so it looks kind of like a souffle. And I'll wait till it cools off to taste it, but I've made these a dozen times and I can tell you they're delicious. I'm not going to, normally I would take more care in the presentation sharing my food with you, but I'm in the wilderness and I am really low on water right now. That's a whole other subject, but my fresh water is only half a tank, so we are in tight conservation mode, which is why you're not going to see me running the water to wash my hands. That happens with the sanitizing wipes, and the same thing for the dishes. Anyway, so it's too hot for me to taste test, but it's relatively the consistency of an omelet, a little bit lighter, a little bit fluffier, but it is delicious. That's how I eat in the wilderness. As you've already figured out, I am all about the low voltage appliances. This little waffle maker or chaffle maker is so invaluable to me. So I keep some cookie dough, chocolate chip, coconut cookie dough in the refrigerator. This helps me in two ways. I only cook what I'm going to eat, and that way I don't have a whole batch of cookies around that I'm gonna pig out on whenever one sounds good. So, just one cookie at a time. And there's my waffle chocolate chip coconut cookie. It will be delicious when it cools off.